Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in today's tutorial I'll be learning how to make this simple and easy tube top. Okay, so if this looks like what you would want to learn, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell so you can get notified when next we upload new tutorial. This tutorial is actually simple and so easy to make. Okay, so I'll be teaching you step by step illustration on how to achieve this. During this weather you need something free, you need to put on something light. Okay, so this is an opportunity for you to learn this if you don't know how to go about this. Please like this video so that YouTube can make it go viral. Thank you guys, so let's get straight into the video. So guys, the first thing, we are going to determine the length of our top, and for this I'll be using 17 inches. Okay, go ahead and mark 17 inches or whatsoever that's your length. Then I'll go ahead and mark my bust point, which is from my shoulder to my nipple, which is 9 inches. I've gone ahead to mark it. So this is our bust point and this is our half length or full length whatsoever. Then from the bust point I'll go up by 1.5 inches to get my chest line. Okay, if you have been following this channel you should be familiar with this. So on this shoulder line I'll divide my shoulder measurement by 2.7, mark 2.5 inches neck width and come down by 1 inch to get my shoulder slant. Then I'll connect just like you see me doing. Then the measurement I have on my shoulder, I'll mark it on my chest line, which is 7. Then I'll connect to get my armhole line. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get the midpoint of this armhole line. You go ahead and go in by half of an inch or 3/4 of an inch. Then you divide your bust measurement by 4. What I have is 8. Then I'll go ahead and connect the 3 points together using my curve. If you have been following this channel you should be familiar with all of these. Okay, so we just go ahead and connect like you see me doing. So this is our armhole curve. Next I'm going to determine my shoulder to my under bust, and what I have is 12.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark and connect like so. Mark 12.5 out whatever your measurement is. Then this is our under bust. On our waistline, our waist divided by 4 is 6.5. Remember to add 1.5 inch seam allowance, and I'll come down to the waistline and also add seam allowance of 1.5 inches. Then you're going to connect from the chest line to your waistline. Okay, so guys, I'm going to determine how off I want this to be. So I'll be marking 6.5 inches from the shoulder line. Go ahead and mark 6.5. You can use 6 inches, you can use 5 inches. This totally depends on you. Okay, so guys, next this is going to be, I'll be cutting from this part. So I'll go ahead and cut out just like you see me doing. Just watch what I'm doing if you don't understand what I'm saying. Then I'm going to transfer this. I want to mark 1.5 inches as my zipper allowance for the back. 1 inch, sorry, instead I'll be using 1 inch for my zipper allowance. Then go ahead and connect. Then you're going to place your front pattern and trace it out again. Just the only difference between the front and the back pattern is the fact that the back has zipper while the front doesn't have. So go ahead and trace it out just like you see me doing. So guys, after I was done tracing on our waistline, I'll go in by half of an inch, then connect to the top. This is to avoid bulginess at the zipper area. Then I'm going to cut out this particular half of an inch that I cut out. I'll replace it back again so that we don't have any shortage. Then I'll connect to the side. Okay, so guys, the next thing, we are through with the back pattern. You see, it's very easy and simple to make. So these are pattern. I'm going to keep the back and work on the front. So I'm going to cut through the under bust line now. Okay, so go ahead and cut through the under bust line for the front. So after I was done cutting, I'm going to be labeling the center front. Put up your arrow this way, up and down, so that you don't mix it up. And this is your side seam allowance area. You don't mix this up. So next I'm going to trace out this particular part. I want 2 copies, or I want to replicate it. I want 2 of these. Okay, so I've gone ahead to cut it out. Then I'm just going to reduce the shoulder line or the neckline by 1 inch or 2 inches, or you can take your tape measure from one end of your arm to the other end, we don't want it to be too wide. You do the same thing to the back as well. Okay, so guys, next I'm going to be slashing the front to get that fullness. So take one of these piece and I'm going to be slashing it by 1.5 or 1 1/4 of an inch. Just go ahead and mark 1 1/4 of an inch until you get to the end. Okay, so yeah, we are going to be slashing and spreading this. You can use 1 inch depending on how full you want this to be, but I use 1 1/4, and make sure you label it as well. Then you go ahead and cut out just like you see me doing. Okay, please like this video, comment and share so that YouTube can make this video go viral. Okay, thank you guys. So after I was done cutting, this is what it looks like. I'm going to keep this apart. Then I got a new pattern paper. I mark a start line. I'll be placing this pattern, I'll be placing them on the new pattern paper, the one we just cut out. So now I'll place the number 1, then I'll determine how full I want this to be, how full I want this to be. So I'll be using 1 inches, then I'll place the second one, that's the number 2, and I'll pin again. Make sure you are placing the pattern on the line that I marked. Go ahead and make the difference to be 1 inch. So measure 1 inch, then place it again. This is what you'll be doing until you get to the last one, and you're going to be placing this pattern according to the number. That's why it's necessary for you to number it. Okay, so please, the difference is 1 inch, yours can be 1.5 or however you want it. Then I'm just going to trace it out just like you see me doing. After I was done placing my pattern on the new paper, I'm just going to trace out like this. Then this is what we'll be using for the center front, upper center front line. So go ahead and cut out, and you're going to be removing your safety pin and be working with the new pattern. This is it, guys. Here are the patterns, the front and the back. Okay, so I'll go ahead and transfer to my fabric and I'll show you what they look like. So guys, I've gone ahead to transfer and I've added half of an inch all the way. Then it was cut on a fold, and this is our lining piece. I'm using a silk fabric for this tutorial, and for the back I've gone ahead to add half of an inch at the upper part and also the waistline, and I've gone ahead to cut 2 pieces for the lining piece and 2 for the actual fabric. So for the upper center front, I've gone ahead to add half of an inch, and it was cut on a fold. So this particular one is also going to be used as a lining piece for the upper part as well, the center front. So go ahead and add half of an inch for up and the down on the waistline. Okay, so I'm also going to cut out my strap. Remember, it was 6.5 inches of, I forgot to add half of an inch, 1 inch for the seam allowance. So this 6.5, and the wideness is 2 inches. You can make your own to be 1 inches if you want. So instead of making it 13 inch, please you can make it 14 inches for the seam allowance. Then I'm going to be folding it right side facing each other and stitch half of an inch. Likewise for the back, I'll go ahead and stitch this sides, the waistline and the zipper allowance. I will not be touching the upper part and the armhole line. Place them right side facing each other and go ahead and stitch. I'll repeat the same thing to the other side. You're going to stitch the side, the waistline and the zipper allowance. Okay, so and for this other part, I'll go ahead and make my gather stitch for the upper part and also for the down part. Go ahead and run your gather stitch. So guys, after I was done sewing, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I've gone ahead to sew every other part aside the upper part and the armhole area. We are still going to be sewing it, just calm down. Okay, so I've gone ahead to repeat the same thing to the second piece as well. So I've also gone ahead to stitch my strap, and I placed the stitch at the center. I'll go ahead and iron. Also, I've gone ahead to create my gather stitch, and I'm going to be pulling it. Please, you are going to be careful when dragging it so that you don't cut it. Once you cut out the thread, that means you have to start all over again. Please, when dragging it, you have to be careful. And if at this point you are here to subscribe to this channel, please kindly subscribe to this channel. Let's grow this channel together. We also have other amazing tutorials. You can go through the channel and you can learn 1 or 2 things. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching this video. At this point, I'm grateful. So after I was done running the gather stitch, dragging it, this is what it looks like, and make sure it fits into this lining. Okay, make sure it fits into this lining, make sure it's the same thing exact. So I'm going to placing it right side facing each other, and before then I'm going to be placing my strap as well. Place them like this and secure with your safety pin. Place them right side facing each other, secure with your safety pin, and you are just going to stitch. Then you move to the next one to place your strap. Your strap has the right side and the wrong side now because of the stitch. So you are going to place it like this at the hem or at the end of towards your armhole area. Then you are going to place the lining now. You are going to place it like this. Can you see what I'm doing? Then I'll go ahead and stitch, and you're also going to stitch the armhole area and also the sides as well. Go ahead and stitch the armhole and the sides too. So guys, after I was done stitching, this is what it looks like. I've gone ahead to stitch the side, the armhole, the upper part, and the other side as well. Then you are going to notch this curved part so that it can align well when ironing, when you're through ironing. Then I'm just going to turn out like this, just like you see me doing. Okay, please, before then, remember to remove your gathered stitch, the thread you use in creating your gather, the thread you use in creating your gathers. You are going to pull it out. Okay, so guys, this is it. I'll head over to my ironing table. I'm going to give it a good press. After ironing, then I'll stitch them together and make it one piece. Okay, so guys, I'll do that and show you. After I was done doing that, this is what it looks like. I've gone ahead to iron and stitched it together. Okay, so next I'm going to be notching this part, fold it into two and notch. Likewise, I've notched the center part for the down part. So I'm going to be placing them right sides facing each other, and I'll go ahead and pin. Okay, just go ahead and pin. Then I'll go ahead and stitch using half of an inch until I get to this point. Then I'm going to be placing this one inside so that I can stitch this other part as well. Please be careful when doing it so that you don't stitch the wrong way. So guys, after I was done stitching, this is what it looks like. I'll go ahead and turn it out and give it a good press. Can you see? This is already looking beautiful already, and we want to attain a neat finishing. Then at this other side, I'm going to be folding in like this, like half of an inch in between. Then I'm going to be top stitching. So you repeat the same thing to the other side as well. Fold in half of an inch, and you are going to top stitch. We just want a neat finishing. Stitch at the edge. Okay, so guys, for the back, as you can see, I went ahead to loosen this side. It's the side, not the zipper area. I went to loosen it a little, and I fold in using my ironing. So I'm going to be placing them right side facing each other like this. We want to put the other back strap, so I'm going to place it at the end of towards my armhole. So just go ahead and pin like you see me doing. Then you are going to use your lining to turn it like this. Then you're going to stitch that part and towards your armhole as well. You're going to stitch that part and your armhole. Okay, I'll do that and show you what it looks like. So guys, after I was done stitching, can you see I've gone ahead to stitch it from the inside, and I've turned it out and I gave it a good press. Okay, well, we are just following all of this protocol to attain a neat finishing. Then I'll go ahead and top stitch this side. I'll repeat the same thing to this other side as well. Make sure you iron it, okay, so that it will be easy for you guys. Next, I'll go ahead and put my side seam allowance. After I was done doing that, I've gone ahead to iron it, and this is what it looks like. Can you see? I'll go ahead and fix my zipper, and that'll be the end for this tutorial. Can you see that the inside is actually looking pretty? So you can use 1 yard of this silk material to attain this finishing. This is the final outcome. Please go ahead and fix your zipper so that it will be easier for you to wear. See you guys in my next tutorial.